Good afternoon, students. So we were reading pronouns last time, and we were about to begin reflexive and emphatic kind of pronouns when our video was finished. So today I will begin from right where we left, that is reflexive and emphatic, or you can also call it emphasizing pronouns. These are ambiguous, but at the same time these are very much interesting. Regarding this, please note this definition. Here it is written, the reflexive pronoun is used with an active voice verb. Remember this thing, active voice verb, in order to reflect the action of the verb back on the subject, the antecedent. So the thing, the subject, which is being qualified by the reflexive pronoun is called the antecedent. Whereas in case of emphatic pronoun, which is accompanying its antecedent, in order to accentuate its action state. So remember one thing. In case of reflexive pronoun, the antecedent and the reflexive pronoun, they are not juxtaposed. They are not sitting side by side. Whereas emphasizing pronoun or emphatic pronoun here, see, it accompanies its antecedent, it is written there, which means antecedent and the emphatic pronoun, they will sit side by side, they are juxtaposed. Why they are juxtaposed? In order to emphasize, give importance. That is what it is written here, accentuate, to give more importance to the action. Reflexive and emphatic pronouns take different positions within the sentence structure. That's what you have to note. In order to find out which is the reflexive and which is the emphatic, the thing you need to determine is that their position. Because both these type of pronouns, they are attached with self, S-E-L-F, which is used here as suffix with the main pronoun. Both looks same, they are alike. But if you want to find out and distinguish them, then you need to follow their position. Where are they positioned? That is the difference, and that's how you are going to find out which is the reflexive one and which is the emphatic one. So see here, types of reflexive pronouns and emphatic pronouns, both are the same thing, only their position and the duty they perform in the sentence, which is completely different. Here for singular and plural, their forms are written there. This is very much important, because you can't write ourselves, you need to write ourselves, because f end is there, and in order to make it plural, you need to omit the f and add ves. That's how we make it singular and plural kind of reflexive pronoun. So see, the underlined words are the same person or thing. See, I saw myself in the mirror. So myself is qualifying the main pronoun, which is I. But see, they are not juxtaposed. In between there is saw, is sitting there, the verb. So we cannot call it emphasizing, we must have to call it reflexive kind of pronoun. See, why do you blame yourself? Yourself is the reflexive pronoun here, which is qualifying the main pronoun, which is you. But they are not sitting side by side. In between them there is blame. John sent himself a copy. Again, sent verb is sitting in between himself and John. And himself is a reflexive pronoun that is qualifying the main noun, John. That is how we determine it. Now see here, let me tell you one thing. I made it myself, or I myself made it. There is a difference in it. Have you yourself seen it, or have you seen it yourself? See, in the first case, this myself, which is qualifying the main pronoun, that is I, they are not juxtaposed. Here, we can call myself a reflexive one. But the next sentence, myself, which is qualifying the main pronoun I, they are sitting side by side. They are juxtaposed. So we have to call it, this myself in the second sentence, we have to call it an emphasizing pronoun. Here, you want to convey the reader that it was you, only you could make it. And that's why you made it. This is the very sense of emphasizing pronoun. But here in the first case, reflexive pronoun, the sense is like that. No one helped you, but you made it. Which means there are other persons. They can also make the same thing without anyone's help. You are not expressing your ability to be unique one. The thing you are expressing here, that without anyone's help, you were successful to make it out. That's the very difference in between the sense of the reflexive and the emphasizing pronoun. Here, emphasizing I myself means only I can do this. Here, I made it myself means without anyone's help. So, the same thing can be done by others also. That's how the second and third sentence also written in that fashion. Second sentence, you yourself, you and yourself, they are juxtaposed, which means you are mentioning that only you have seen it, no one. But later, this next sentence, you have seen it yourself. Here, you were trying to say that without anyone's help, without anyone's intervention, who might have told you, see, here is the object. So that kind of, without anyone's intervention, you yourself did it. That's how it differs from one sentence to another sentence, according to its position in the sentence. It is the position of the reflexive pronoun that tells us whether this pronoun is reflexive one or is it used as an emphasizing one. That's how the same thing is done in case of demonstrative pronoun also. There you know the demonstrative adjective is there, demonstrative pronoun is there. First of all, in order to know pronouns, and especially the possessive kind of pronoun, which tells us the ownership of the object. Suppose I'm writing here that, okay, that this is my book. So see, my, here we call it possessive, but whether it is possessive pronoun or possessive adjective, we need to determine it. So in order to do that, remember one thing, that adjective is the word in a sentence which tells us something about the noun or pronoun. So here in this sentence, this is my book. What you can see here, just keep a close look at it. This is my book. So book here is the noun. This is the noun. And whose book is this? My. So the word my is telling something about the book. That is why we call my possessive adjective, because this pronoun is telling something about the noun book. And what is it telling? That the ownership of the book is who? Who is the owner of that book? I am the owner of the book. That's why you are telling it my book. Likewise, his house, their car. That's how whenever these pronouns are attached, they are placed exactly before a noun and they qualify, they say something about that noun, then we call it a possessive adjective. Now I'm writing another sentence, this same sense, but it will be expressed in a different format. Like, this book is mine. So see here, book, the same noun is placed here, but this pronoun mine, it is not placed in a way so that it is exactly juxtaposed to the noun. There is in between them. So mine is not sitting exactly after or before a noun. That is why mine is sitting alone. So the word which is used in place of a noun and at the same time in the absence of a noun, we call it pronoun. So here also, mine becomes possessive pronoun. That's the same way there are two types of demonstrative, pronouns, like demonstrative pronouns. See, there are singular and plural demonstrative pronoun, which we call this and that. This is for singular. In case of plural, we call it these for near object. In place of plural, we call it those for far object. So the same thing, this is used for near object, that is used for far object. These are for singular objects. While mentioning plural objects which are near to you, we call it these. Here S sound is zeta sound, it is called. It is these. And in case of mentioning something which is far away from you and at the same time that object is plural, then you need to say those. Again, that S is a zeta sound. But these two pronouns are also used as a adjective and pronoun. So you know, while using these pronouns as adjective, there must be a noun accompanied by these pronouns. Like I'm telling you, this pen is mine. Here, see, this is the demonstrative adjective here. Why am I calling it adjective? Because this pronoun is exactly accompanying the noun. This is telling something about the noun. Which pen? So whenever a word is telling something about a noun, this becomes an adjective. So this pen, here, this becomes demonstrative adjective. But the same thing if I write here that this is my pen. Here, this is the same pronoun, but here it is not placed exactly by the word we call it noun pen. So this pronoun is now sitting here far away from the noun. So this is sitting alone. That is why, and we are calling it a demonstrative pronoun. So this sense must be clear, and you must have a clear-cut idea about these two things: demonstrative adjective and demonstrative pronoun. Yesterday I also sent you the answers of your textual exercises where you had to determine which pronoun is the demonstrative pronoun and which one is the demonstrative adjective. So this will help you to understand why I had written there the same word. Sometimes I am using it as a demonstrative adjective, and the same word some other time is being used as a demonstrative pronoun. So if you know the difference, how to distinguish these two things, then it will be easier for you. Remember one thing, that pronoun means which is used, the word that is used in place of a noun in the absence of a noun. But adjective, this is the word which is telling something about a noun. So this pen, pen is the noun. Whose pen is this? Or where is the pen? Its place, where is it situated, is being told by the word this. That is why this means this pen, this is a singular identity, and at the same time the pen is placed near to you. So this telling something about the word pen. That is why we call it demonstrative adjective. And at the same time, when this is placing alone, we call it a demonstrative pronoun. Remember these things, and I hope all these things are very much clear to you, because these things must be clear. Let's come to the next point, what I was talking about. It is the demonstrative pronouns. See, this, these, that, those. Okay, so these are the list of the demonstrative pronouns which are used here, and I have explained it why we call it demonstrative pronoun, in which case, and those cases where we can call the same words demonstrative adjectives. I have determined and I have explained the whole thing. I believe you are aware of these things. And if you go through the whole presentation here, which I have sent you in PDF format, it will be very much easier for you to understand the things. See, this here, this is singular, these are plural. And the same object, suppose these are the big bricks. So when there is one brick which is near, we are calling THIS. Same brick is placed far, we are calling it THAT, that. Here these bricks, more than one bricks are there, and these are placed near to you. That's why we are calling it these. And when the same bricks are placed far away from you, and plural in number they are, we are calling it those. So that's how we determine which object we need to call it this or that, these or those. It depends on the very position of that object. Here, the thing you have to keep in your mind is exactly written here. The word that has four main functions: demonstrative pronoun or adjective. That book is a good. See, that book, book is the noun, and that pronoun is exactly placed by the noun, which making it a demonstrative adjective. And when you are using the same thing as demonstrative pronoun, see, anything that you remember could help a lot. Here there is no such pronoun, no such noun is exactly placed by that pronoun that. And again, conjunction also, you know, later you will know, you will come across this thing, that we use sometimes to join two other sentences. That's why we call it conjunction. This is working here as a bridge. And at last, an adverb also. The snow was that high. Means how much high was it? You are showing it with some gesture. And the thing, the word that is telling something about the action, which is the verb, we call it an adverb. That's how the same thing is used in a different sentence in a different way. And that is the beauty of the language. So it is better you revise the whole thing. And if there is any glitch, do not hesitate contacting me. Just send me a message at this part. I am finding some trouble. I will try my best to make it clear for you. So that's all for today, students. I hope you are reading well and you will continue to do the same thing. Let's call it a day.